Okay, guys, the situation we have here is we have a 3-wave up right there. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's see if we can switch it. 3-wave up, a wave to a high, and a 3-wave down, assuming that this triangle up prints, otherwise we'll get continuation, right? We've also gotten underneath, we've closed underneath parallel power bars. So this is part of our A plus setup, right? So even in the last half hour, I'm going to take this small. So as we're pushing back up, I know I shouldn't get a point of control back above 12.022. So that requires an 030 stop. So I'm going to fade into this slowly. I'm going to start with a 12, if they'll give it to me. I'm limit 12, no fill. I'm going to start with the 12 here. If they'll give it to me, I'm going to attempt 12. I'm going to stop 30, 31. It has to be a point of control above, so I'll have to adjust the stop as it gets up here. I'm at 12. Come on, just tag the thing already. I haven't gotten hit. Okay, I'm going to go 98. There, I got filled 99. So I'm short 12.99. I'm going to put it, just to make sure, I'm going to manually just put the stop right up here. This is small. And then what I'm looking for is, so I'm going to put my stop behind all those points of control up there at 33.25. So I'm looking at a bigger picture trade here, right? We've ground all the way up, right, out to the Fed. And to me, the perception is that it's been short squeezed, but more importantly, the pattern. I've gotten underneath parallel power bars. I'm pushing back in here. And now what I'm hoping for is I get one of our algo setups over here inside this area, right? So we'll just take it step by step. Also, ES has the same formation, except we need ES to get underneath its power bar. It's the only thing that is missing there. So let's see if she'll do it. So I'm short small and looking to get bigger. And my target down is back towards that 11,950 area, 62 to 50. And given that this is Fed day, that's the only thing that can get south on me. But there's not a lot of speed to this push up. Once you get them trapped, it generally works pretty well. In terms of trap buyers, I've got one right here. And my other two are way up here on ES and on NQ. I've got a stack of buyers through here that if we get underneath that, they'll be stuck. And I got a stack of buyers up here that are stuck. So we'll see how they treat that. And the hard part of this trade is it's just the end of the day, so it may not play out till Asia, et cetera, et cetera. And if you don't like to trade again, I'm very small. I'm going to have the rest of it set up for me, or it's just going to be end up being a small trade for me. I'd like it to push up and give me the rest of the setup. Triangle, actually that's triangle up, price underneath. Right there, that's a valid algo setup. So I'm going to add on that. If they'll push back in, my stop on that now will be a very firm 09. I now have a process I can follow there to execute that trade. May not work. Like I said, they may defend it over here. But I'm going to put any point of control that gets above here is going to be my stop on this trade. And so now my risk has dropped on that trade pretty considerably too. So we'll see which one they end up. May not work today, but it's the right look, and I'll still short from up here if they push it up and give me the algo setup that I'm looking for. Again, I have no idea if this is going to work or not, or if it'll take into Asia. I won't carry it into Asia, but it's the right setup. And so I want to get more and more versed as to what it looks like when it works and when it doesn't work. If they squeeze up, they squeeze up. That's how it goes. Looks like they're going to come back and take that stop, but that's all right. Or not. They're coming in on ES a little bit. So ES never set. So we'll see if they roll it or not. Looks like I'm going to get stopped there. That star up. That's okay. Just so you know, I have the stop set at 13 now. It's a tiny stop. We'll see if it works out. Or I can just panic out and close it right now, but I'm not going to do that. Man, the lack of rotation just blows. I really needed to get underneath 11,970 to get rolling. There we go. So the 13 will be the right stop. Push, push, push. Let's get underneath these guys. Still gonna need a little bit of luck to get it to go. They're defending. There's some buyers here that are defending that level. But you can see it's the right idea, even if it doesn't execute properly, it's still the right idea. Meaning, if it doesn't give in a fast market, we'd have already gotten the roll down on this trade, which is why it's important to recognize the setup. Like, if we had any rotations here, we'd already be gone 40, 50 points on AQ. Totally 100% convinced of that. There we go. Come on, let's flush them. If we can get it underneath 70, we should be able to push it into those 40s. If you need a scale here, by the way, guys, you can take it. Is anyone in on the trade with me? Ben, are you in? That's a good setup for a swing. Right now it's 13. Cool. Good. First target's really been met there, was to get to that 70. Now let's see if we get to the 40, 45 area. We'll take a scale here at 65. That's 35 points. Taking half off. Scale 35. 65 for 35. And then I'll just let the rest ride. That's a free trade no matter what for me. Boom. Home run. Home run. Great trade, guys. 45 points. Up almost on 50. You bet, Ben. Okay, does everyone understand? I'm going to post that video. Does everyone understand? Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, guys. Does everyone understand why I took that trade and what I was looking for? Like, that's almost as important as taking the trade itself. Okay. Yeah, so just real quick, in case I publish this, if you'd like to join the room or have any questions, you can email me at TradeNPerform@gmail.com. And that's the extent of the marketing for this room. So anyways, guys, that's really feels strong. Yeah, the only thing it could have done better is if it would have come up and given us a star up here. Would have been better, but we got to just be flexible enough to get the trade. And then once you saw the setup, recognizing the triangle, the triangled up, bar down. So see this right here? This is where you have to have flexibility, where you recognize this whole box is resistance. That's where you have to have flexibility on that trade. Once you have the flexibility on that trade, you can, so you just kind of have to plan out how you're going to enter that trade. Obviously, when it's fast, we can be pinpoint and it just snaps. But when it's slower, you really kind of have to give it the love to let it move around a little bit on you and not stop you out for one bar, right? You really have to go, okay, they're going to have to get above this to push me out of this thing. And that's not comfortable, but that is the way, that is the best way to address that trade, even if you have to reduce size a little bit. Because it's worth a lot. Like I bet we look tomorrow and that thing goes down 100 points from where we entered. Thanks, Ben. Okay, so I'm free riding no matter how they close on this. They can push it up, push it sideways. I don't care. I'm paid. And we'll go from there. Let me cut the recording here.